Today's topic is Eternal Human and Timeless Wisdom. Pranam Maharaj, if you kindly start your lecture.
Yes. Namaste to you all. My love and blessings to you all. My respects to you all. Expressing my gratitude heartily, I thank the Divine and Mother Nature for having provided us with this wonderful human body, most precious thing in this universe, not only in the world, but most precious thing in this world, universe. And for bringing us together this time, and wish it will be there forever. But then what is the purpose for our joining now? To know ourselves, our perennially flowing ancestry, to know the eternal human and their timeless wisdom. With that we begin our subject. For this we need to fly in time to and fro. Just like birds fly in space, in sky freely, and look at the landscapes and beautiful sceneries and know about. Likewise, we move in time. We fly in time to observe the glory of human existence on this earth. Never think I'm lecturing you or you are listening to me. We are flying together, doing things together. You see, the Indian way is the teacher never teaches student, nor student learns. They walk together. They progress together. They move together. They live together. They attain together. It is something like ladder. A ladder on which the teacher is at the topmost rung and the student is waiting at the bottommost rung. The teacher looks at the disciple waiting from the topmost rung. He comes down to welcome him. Comes to the lowest rung of the ladder, takes this disciple into confidence, gives him a lot of encouragement, strength, says, come, let us walk together. To the topmost rung we have to go. And this is how they both start walking together, climbing together. This is the Indian way. When a disciple goes to Guru in India, he begins with a prayer. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Sahana Vavatu. May the divine providence protect us together. May him nourish us together. Sahana Bhunaktu. Sahaviryam Karavavahai. Let us strive together with great strength and vigor to reach our goal. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. Being filled with brilliance, let us walk together to achieve the enlightenment. Ma Vidvishavahai. May we never part from each other, part from being together out of hostility. So this is how the prayer goes and we move together. So we are flying together now. Let this they let this phase in which we are now be lasting forever. Let us fly together. But it is going to be a long, eventful voyage. It is not a small, short turning round and coming. It's a long voyage. Here, observation depends upon observer, then on observed what we are going to observe. The observation is a process by which there is an observer and things being observed. We are the field in which we are entering, the field, the field in which we are moving, trying to search, is a field which needs more of the perfection in the observer than in the things observed. So we cannot move like scientists observing in laboratory, like anthropologists who take up the skulls and fossils and speculate. We cannot be the quantum physicists observing to know how the world works on the basis of how the minute atomic quantums react with each other. Because we see, as observers put on the limitations, the observed become limited. If I move with limitation, the observed becomes limited. We see all the scientists, scientific explorers, and all we see from childhood, they go on putting some information. When they enter the field of research, they are already loaded their mind with so many information. They are going with a preset mind. With this preset mind, they can see what they have preset only. They can never know the truth. They have to remove that presetting. In our field also, to know the truth, we have to come out of the preset mind. Then the scientists will definitely get fine results. They come to grand conclusions, but truth is far away. They may be helpful to us, these research things, but it will never reveal the truth. So we as observers, as explorers, as seekers of knowledge and wisdom, break all the limitations. Understand the deeper concepts in us. Our past understandings limit us. Our awarenesses limit us. We remove these past understandings. We go fresh without any preconception. We are going to see how humanity came up, how they progressed, how they held on to the real, how they lived. Their knowledge and wisdom will differ. Knowledge is something I understand, I cognize, I get knowledge. When it helps my life to evolve, not to enjoy and live stagnant, but to evolve. When this knowledge helps me to evolve to higher levels of consciousness, we call it wisdom. So when we are searching for wisdom, we need to go like an innocent child with no preset mind. This is the paradigm shift we need in our progress. We can't proceed in the scientific steps either. Science limits itself to 5 senses and mind. Reasoning, it goes along the path of reasoning and logic. Only 7 senses with which we observe this world and mind which conceives. and the intellect for reasoning and logic. This is the realm of science. But the truth, our path is different. Our way is to know human existence, their enlightened vision. Humans are not matter. Their enlightened vision is not physical facts that are something like postulates given. No, they are enlightened vision that we want to know. So we remove all the things. We want to have a closer view, a view that transforms life, life transforming view of human existence and our ancestral flow that is flowing continuously from ancient times. It's a kind, we are there in the part. The human race is flowing from unknown past to the future. We are presently there as humans on this earth. It is as if we are looking at a mirror, self-introspection as if. Here we need less reasoning and more heart. We have to know the wisdom, not to gain the simple knowledge. It is not the information. I must transform my life. I must evolve. Otherwise, what is the use of knowledge? Now you see what all scientific knowledge we have got. It has two side defects, two ways of using it. I can use for destruction or I can use for construction. I can use for benefit, I can use for loss. Sometimes benefits looks like loss and losses look like benefit. How to judge if you don't have a proper heart to understand that? So we need heart to understand. So here we see, and we must have a beautiful combination of heart and brain to enter into this field. My heart will be full of love and observing with emotions. My mind must be seriously reasoning, not reasoning to deny, reasoning to accept. And one day we have to go beyond both the heart and head and view the whole thing from the transcendental realm. So we move. Our purpose of this wonderful voyage is to know where is our placement in this universe. Where is our placement? What are we? So many objects, so many lives, so many plants and things. Where are we placed? What is our placement? In your office, you have a particular placement. In a house, you have a placement. In society, you have a placement. But in the universe, where is your placement? What are you to do? Where to go? On the other side, we must know what is the plan of nature. She is given as a human body. What for? What is the purpose behind? And finally, we must know the path to eternity. Everything is broken, 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 broken. Life is broken, youth is broken, childhood is broken. It is no continuity. The past has gone forever. The future has not come. Present is shaking. Every moment is passing. Kshana Bhangura. Where is eternity? I want eternal peace, eternal bliss, eternal freedom. Where can I get it? So when we pass through this subject, it is like a pilgrimage from the ancient past onwards. We must take in that spirit of going for a pilgrimage. We are humans. We are products of nature, living in the realm of nature. Every bit of human life is governed by nature. Like all other beings in this universe, in this world, we are at the mercy of nature. What is this nature in which human existence perpetually is existing and flowing down and down through generations? What is this nature? Nature is power, energy that pervades the whole universe and governs it, governs every life, every moment, from the atomic configuration to the movements of planets, stars, and galaxies. All move, and this motion and the lives are governed by a power, and that power which is governing everything in a perfect orderly way from which there is no escape. That perfect orderly way to maintain that energy, that power behind the universe we call nature. It pervades the whole nature in all dimensions, even our waking, dreaming, and deep sleep. She brings us back from deep sleep to waking state. Everything is done by that nature. Every living being has self-awareness and awareness of this environment around. And when we say, look at the nature, we look around. By looking around, we exclude ourselves from nature. We feel as if we are the center of this universe, center of this nature, as if we are standing in the center and looking around. But we are part of nature. Every bit of our existence is nature and nature alone. Our mind is nature. Our body belongs to nature. Our mind belongs to nature. Our senses, all belong to nature. There is nothing mine in this except the pure consciousness which is making all these function. My mind is functioning because I am conscious. My senses are seeing because I am conscious. This consciousness, which is the substratum of the whole of my existence, is myself. It activates. Its very presence makes them conscious. Mind is conscious because consciousness is there. If I become unconscious, mind is no more conscious. Senses are no more conscious. Body is no more conscious. When my consciousness touches this, everything is conscious. This consciousness and the heart within, which is beyond nature, which doesn't belong to nature, this bodily existence, in it is at the core is my own existence. It has two aspects. One is to energize or to make everything conscious and to interact with this world. Another is there is heart, love. This seat of love and my consciousness alone is myself. All else, what I have, what we all have as body-mind complex belongs to nature. So we see that pure consciousness and heart alone is the self. The rest is nature. Our birth, growth, our decline, death, everything are acts of nature. Our sleeping, waking up, everything is act of nature. I eat. I don't know how digestion takes place. Digestion, throwing out the waste. Now it is very hot here, though it is rainy season and heavily raining outside. I'm sweating. Nature is making me sweat to cool down the body. So all this, every bit nature is accomplishing. You look at the fetus growing. beautifully. There is neither the participation of mother or nor of the child. Nature is growing it. Nature is bringing out. Nature is taking care from cradle to grave. Every bit is governed by nature. Thus we see everything is, we are in a way in the clutches of nature. How long I wake up during the day? How long will I sleep throughout the day in 24 hours? How long I have to be in deep sleep, dream state is decided by nature. I can't take a step. Suppose I say, I will not sleep for 3 days. You know what it means. Nature drags you to sleep. So nature, we are in the clutches of nature. So we see where we are. But when you observe fetus growing in the womb beautifully, part by part projecting out, like a seed projecting out, the whole tree, plants and flowers, how the seeds projects, like that, it is coming up beautifully. Look at the flower blooming in the plants, fruits coming up. How the nature is. Look at our own bodily existence, how it is. How many varieties of things has happening in our body, and this working of the system, you see. Countless ways our body works, our mind, our senses, and all are working. Wonderful to look at, and with absolute perfection. Absolute perfection. Look at the tree becoming seed or seed evolving into tree. Look at the movements of sun, moon, and stars and galaxies. With what perfection you can depict exactly how and when our rocket is going to land on Mars. All things are moving, but we know because it moves, nature moves with absolute perfection. With this perfection, we are able to understand what is that nature. And it is, the nature is doing all this for our sake. The bodily existence and things are happening because nature wants me to live in this, dwell in this body. This is the house she has provided us to live in, to dwell in this body. So that I'm happy, I'm joyful. What all works, past karmas I have to work out, I can work out in this and be free. So that is the purpose for which the nature, then we see nature is absolutely impartial, benign, and most loving benefactor in this universe. That's why we call it Mother Nature. And it is this Mother Nature in which our human existence and human life is flowing. Right? So it is in this, the human existence is flowing in this beautiful nature. Nature who is most loving. And when we look at this nature, you see nature constantly radiating beauty. Anywhere you see anything, look at a small baby moving about, a creature moving about. You will see beauty everywhere. She is constantly radiating beauty, love, peace, perfection, purity. All this she is radiating constantly. And the human existence has been flowing down generations from the unknown past in the lap of this omniscient, omnipotent, and omnicompassionate Mother Nature. She has one thing, the greatest thing that we have in our possession is intellect. She has bestowed humans with matchless, unique intelligence, which no other species on this earth or in this universe might be having. Human alone have. What distincts from human from all other beings is just this intelligence. It has power of cognition, observation, analysis, planning, design, creative. All these faculties the intelligence possesses. At the same time, it has another power also with it, which is unparalleled, unrivaled power, which can take man beyond the nature. It can make man transcend the nature and go beyond. These two powers of cognition and other things, and the power to transcend. From ancient people, from ancient times, people have followed that. It is, they have utilized these two powers, one to find out the resources in nature, powers of nature, and make the life comfortable. Utilize them properly in a way we need, and to utilize it is the nature's prompting again. I've given you, use it. So they have been using it. The other, they have struggled to transcend the nature and go beyond also. It doesn't stop with it. So it is constantly flowing. The intelligence also is being constantly being used in every field. Even in our day-to-day life, you see, we have to use that intelligence. And another great thing the Divine Mother has, the Mother Nature has provided us, is a heart to love. To love. Love is a great sacrifice, be it in the field of spirit or in the world. It's a sacrifice. The whole universe is standing on two principles, love and sacrifice. And if that man achieves them, if we go on observing this nature deeper and deeper, try to be in tune with it, love that nature, you will see you are one with the nature in every aspect. And here you see a unique thing happening. When you are in tune with nature, all these good and great features of nature, the universal love, the perfection, and all that what is there will be projected. And this is what we see in our life. All these, you start radiating peace. If you are in tune with nature, all the qualities of nature, love, peace, and all that will start projecting forth. This is one thing that we must know, universal love. And this is how the generations have flown down. And this is the path that we are treading forward. And our heart is such an important feature. These two, intellect and heart are two channels that can enter into the transcendental realm. See, why I was telling about the limitations of science is just because they are limiting their field to five senses and mind and intellect for reasoning and logic. The truth is always beyond logic and reasoning. It is independent of logic and reasoning. Truth is independent of reasoning and logic. And the truth is beyond five senses. It is not limited by your five senses and mind. It transcends the mind. What can reach mind? It extends beyond mind and five senses. So, to know the truth, we must project ourselves, stretch ourselves into the transcendental realm. What instrument we have to know beyond the nature, beyond the Prakriti, beyond this universe? How can we stretch ourselves? Nature has provided us with these two unique things. One is intelligence, other is heart. These two we use, and from ancient time, the people have used that, and we too are on the same line. We have to utilize this. With this, 30 minutes are coming to an end, and we can enter into the questions. See, I'm viewing you. Here is who are there here, but camera is there. So it looks as if I'm looking down. For you, perhaps. I have to look there and talk. But I feel like looking at your faces.
Thank you, Maharaj, for the great lecture. Now, everyone, we will start the question and answer.
We will continue the same topic next. So I think this topic we can continue for some more time. Yes, continue.
Yes. Now we would start the questions and answers. Kindly post your questions in the Zoom chat, and please keep your questions related to the topic. So the first question, Maharaj, came from Radha.
Big.
Pranam Maharaj, if everything that is through nature, how do we escape this nature and realize our true self? Is our struggle for liberation also through nature?
Yes. That comes under the plan of nature. Plan of nature is evolution of jiva. This nature exists exclusively and only for the life that is existing in this nature. If life is not there, even if single life is there, whole universe will be there. If lives are there, universe won't be there. Unless universe is there, nature won't be there. Nature is a part, one side of the coin, nature, another side is the universe as consciousness, substratum, the two aspects of nature. Now, nature exists because universe, the consciousness, has manifested as the matter. So here we see the two, nature has its plan of evolution. The moment we say nature, it is a cyclic movement. Everything in nature moves in a cyclic movement. Look at the water. Once it is created, it is coming and going again and again. It goes as rain, falls as rain, moves along the rivers, goes to the ocean. Again, it rises into the clouds and falls as fresh water. Look at the seed and tree, egg and hen. It's a cyclic, sunrise, sunset, days and nights, seasons, everything is going on cyclic. The universe itself is going in cyclic way. Srishti Sthiti Pralaya again and again. We go to the deep sleep, to the beyond, and come back again to the bodily level. go on, the cyclic, everything is going on in a cyclic movement. So we are also going, we have come from the absolute to take us back to the source is the nature's plan. We pass through many lives in this process because one bodily existence, just like you are shooting a rocket, a spacecraft to Mars, one body cannot carry it. There will be number of bodies. Each will be falling off and the other continues further. Once the one portion is ended, its purpose, it drops off. The others will start moving. Like that, we may need to pass through many, many types of experiences, having come into the universe to go back. It is a plan of nature. Nature intuits us, drives us. The nature's language and language of the divine is not heard through the ears. She suggests, she forces, she brings such forceful circumstances that you have to live and go. Every bit you see, you want to catch something, it is snatched away. You want to hold something in this universe. No, this is not yours. Don't say anything, mine here. Enjoy, it is for you. Tena tyaktena bhunjita magrata kasya sviddhanam. Ishavasya Upanishad. This belongs to you. It is meant for you. But don't say this is mine at any time. Give up that sense of mineness. And it is for you. Just like vehicles in the trains and buses, public service. We will sit in a train and start fighting my seat, your seat. It's going to get on the next stop. And you can see the wonder. My train has come. Train doesn't belong to anybody. And it belongs to everybody. Like street, it belongs to everybody. So this bodily existence nature has given with exclusive human. Other species are incidental to exhaust certain karmas. And each time when there is a balance between the positive and negative forces working in the jiva, individual soul, it acquires the human body. To tell in Indian language, when papa and punya becomes equal, the merits and demerits become equal. The negative and positive forces working become equal. They will have a new human body. The human body is exclusively meant for evolution. We have to utilize, otherwise nature has her own, she raises her rod. And in Hindi they say, ऐसी मारती है मार के धूल उड़ा देती. So that will be the consequence. She will make dust out of us. And see that you will reach the perfection. All right.
Thank you, Maharaj. Maharaj, the next question is from Punita. Her question is, along the lines of the previous question, Gita also says that we cannot forcefully control our nature. So how do we transcend it? Thanks.
Yes. But same Gita says, Abhyasena tu kaunteya, vairagena tu grihyate. By repeated practice, what is your awareness filled with decides what you are. Your awareness, what is your awareness? And what is your awareness depends upon at what level you are living. At gross physical level, as body, if I go on living, only niyamas are the rules and regulations, alone are the ways of nature. Follow moral perfection, moral perfection. If you come at the mental level, from the physical bodily level, then you have vaster understanding. Then your evolution begins. We start evolving. We have to come out of the bodily identity and move slowly towards the spiritual existence, our spiritual existence. Lot of obstructions come. What obstructs is the tendencies we have acquired in the past. Vasanas come in the way. There, we have acquired the past momentum of the how I lived in the past that forces me to go forward in that direction. That we have to understand through viveka, through discrimination. 4 things becomes essential. One is constantly thinking of the divine. Second thing is to have some time for ourselves to silently and calmly sit and analyze myself, what we call ekanta vasa. Even for few minutes, few hours in a corner, when I was in Nasik for Chaturmasya, the house in which I was stationed, they used to say, we'll go to the temple nearby. Now it is a time nobody will be there in the temple. We spent 1 hour. I asked them, what are you going to do? I look at myself. Where am I? I look at myself. What am I doing? Where to go? How to go? So this introspection in calm hours, undisturbed by anything, this is ekanta. It can be for few minutes. It can be for a few hours. It can be for a few days. That is our limit. Present lowest limit is 1 or 2 days maximum. Go somewhere. Just leave everything and just go on analyzing yourself, looking at yourself. We have put the torch on the world, everywhere, on everyone. We have not turned the torch to ourselves. This is ekanta vasa. Then pray. You saw how Mother Nature is longing to take you back to the source. Will she not help? Will not the divine participate in your life if you pray? Our ego, our ignorance is resisting. So we break that. Then company of holy men, satsanga. Satsanga may be one thing that clears all the doubts and links you to the divine again and again. Then you'll see all things become very easy. These few things you have to adopt and go ahead with it. All right?
Thank you, Maharaj. We have given the time. We have one more question.
Yes.
It is from Ria. She says, Maharaj, Pranam Maharaj, when we are mentioning the words I and my here, is that ego or Jivatman?
Oh, yes. The thing is, I is a part of my intellect. I doesn't have existence of its own. Jivatman has existence. Jivatman is individual soul. And ego is appears and disappears. When I am deep sleep, there is no ego. And when we associate with activities, there are 3 things that comes into picture. I know, I do, I enjoy. Knowership, doership, and enjoyership. Kartritva, bhoktritva, and jnatritva. These 3 belongs to ego, ahankara. These 3 belongs always to ahankara, not to Jivatman. Jivatman receives its load, what it does. Just like children do some mistakes, and parents are responsible for it. They have to bear the weight. Now, like that, the Jivatman is, when I say I will do this, I will do that, if this it becomes ego, actually it is ego, not the Jivatman. Jivatman is a complex thing. It is like a mass. It is a part of the Karmashaya, in which the 17 parts, Pancha Jnanendriya, Pancha Karmendriya, Pancha Prana, Buddhi, Manas, these 17 parts, 5 organs of senses, 5 organs of perception, 5 energies working in the body, mind and buddhi. These 17 parts is there in Jivatman, and its karmic load. Karmic load consists of karma, the fruits of the action, and then the tendencies, vasana. These two are there. And by grace of God, it contains the, which is imperishable part, is sadhana, what he has done. God's name he has taken, it remains there. It is imperishable. All these are, rest is perishable, including mind and all that, whatever is there, they are perishable. The spiritual practices you have done, the mantra diksha that you have taken, the mantra, these are imperishable things that is lasts in the. So you are doing daily one simple worship. That worship will remain forever and ever. It takes you to the absolute existence, the source, home. It takes you back home, and then its purpose is over. So Jivatman contains all this. But ego contains only kartritva, bhoktritva, and jnatritva. It now then disappears, now again appears. So these, whatever, when I say I do that, I do my sadhana, it is ego telling. So not to become karma, we surrender the ego to God and do. Oh Lord, I want to do this. Give me strength. Give me knowledge. Give me understanding. I can't do, you know. You have to get done through me. I am an instrument. You know. The more and more ego attenuates, decreases, the grace of Lord descends on it. Humility is one important thing that makes the divine grace to descend into us. The nature help flows with it. We were resisting, it was there all the time. We were resisting. Humility makes it flow within and takes us forward. So ego, it is done by ego, but it must be done now by surrendered ego, as an instrument of God. All right?
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you everyone for this wonderful, uplifting satsang. Our next satsang would be continued on the same topic and would be held in a month. We would communicate the exact date soon in the WhatsApp group and by email. And then I will try to get the whole thing written. I will sit and write it for your sake. And then get it typed and sent it to you. Thank you, Maharaj. So once Maharaj gets this script, we would be able to send you eventually. Yes. Pranam Maharaj, if you kindly conclude this session. Yes. Niranjanam nityamanantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dhritavigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidhyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha.